Hey, I'm glad to see you.
Nice to see you, Danny.
I understand you've had a RAV4 in the past.
Yes, I have. I think it was the initial year they came out.
Well, that's good. That's good. I want to mention that a little bit as we're going around this vehicle that I want to show you. This is the RAV XLE.
Yeah, way different.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And but before I get there, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the dealership, maybe why you should buy from the dealership and also buy from me.
Okay.
But one of the cool things about our dealership is that we have 3 generations of Northcutts that have been involved with it. And currently, the 3rd generation is actually right here in this office.
Okay.
And like yesterday, for example, I had a customer who, in service, things weren't happening quite fast enough, and it really wasn't his fault, it was really our fault.
Okay.
But Mr. Northcutt got involved, and it was out last night. And the man was very happy because he had someone to go to, plus his vehicle was finished and done as it should have been.
Good.
And a lot of dealerships have, like this has Northcutt, Chevrolet, Buick, Toyota. A lot of them have their names on them, but those guys are not there. They sold it to a corporation long ago.
Sure.
And so when you go in, you won't find that person. They're in Florida or they're in California on the beach.
Okay.
You know, they're not at that dealership.
Right.
And so that's one of the neat things about our Northcutts.
Okay.
Is that Scott Northcutt is right here. Now, I've worked here for 26 years, been in the car business since 1972 here in Enid, but I've been here 26 years.
Right.
And yeah, I just do a lot of things for my customers. In fact, yesterday I had a lady come through. Our service department was busy. I was out there talking to her, and she said, I'd sure like to have my car washed, so I went out and washed her car for her. I have another lady, a lot of customers who come in, and I'll see a line of cars out there because of the change in temperature like it is today, and their little air light comes on, and our service guys are swamped, and I'll just go out there and start putting air in a few cars for some of my customers.
Okay.
So, you know, I can't do it all the time because I'm busy, but I do it some of the time, and I try to help out that way.
Good. Right on. Good
Now,
for you.
you don't have to do what some customers do, but I have this one lady that I do air for, and she makes me these, every time I do that, and I wash her car sometimes, and she brings me these pretzels, and they're special pretzel. How about that one?
I won't do that.
Oh, come on over, let me just show you this right here. I'm gonna start here.
Okay.
And the RAV, now your RAV back in the day had a 4-speed automatic, I'm assuming, I didn't go look it up, but I believe, and it had about a 2-liter engine.
Yeah, very small.
Very small. This has a 2.5 VVTi engine with 176 horsepower, and it's mated to a 6-speed automatic.
Okay.
So they've combined really good gas mileage, and I'm going to get into this a bit more later, but really good gas mileage and performance. So you've got a car that can get on it, and also gets really good mileage.
Sure.
So if you got to pass someone or you want to drive it easy, you can do it, and it actually adjusts to the way you drive it. It actually does that. It adjusts to the way you drive it. So I'm going to talk about that some more in the morning in a bit. Right down here, way back in here, I know you probably, I heard you kind of like to see the technical stuff, but right back in there is where the analog brakes are.
Okay.
Analog brakes also are part of a 5-star safety system.
Okay.
Analog brakes, traction control, stability control, brake assist, and brake force distribution. Well, the thing is, I had a gentleman, and I just went and saw him a few minutes ago, actually, loaned him a car. And he was driving his car, which was not a Toyota, and he had a lady in front of him, and he got to looking off at something. He was gawking like I do sometimes, and he was looking off, and he looked up, and she was stopping, and he was about to run right into the back of her, headed towards Oklahoma City on Highway 74. Well, he went and jerked his car to the left because he was in the right lane when this happened. Jerked his car to the left. Well, there was something else he was going to run into. So she had sped up and went on, and he jerked it back to the right. Well, he lost control. This car started doing this, and he rolled it, totaled the car out. Well, with this vehicle, as soon as you do that, all those systems start working, and it'll tap a rear brake gently, then it'll tap a front brake hard when you make the second adjustment. And that doesn't happen to you. You just steer out of trouble in most cases. On ice and snow and slick stuff, which we haven't had a lot of moisture, but about 4 years ago I had a lady coming from Oklahoma to here. She started hydroplaning because it was pouring down rain, and she heard beep, 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 beep. Well, I've heard that before when I've been messing around with the car in extreme suits, like on a parking lot on ice. Well, that's just telling that systems are all working, but she didn't crash, she didn't hurt herself, she got her composure and was able to pull over to the side after she realized she was fine.
Okay.
And so you have that.
Okay.
Right over here, do you change your own oil?
Yes, I do.
Well,
Quite often.
Do you come into service sometimes?
Oh, but I come to service, yeah, sure.
Okay, well, right here it says this has 020 on the other side, and that's where you add your oil.
Okay.
This has 020 oil, and that 020 is a pure synthetic.
Okay.
And so, but when you buy your new Toyota, you get Toyota Care. You get 2-year, 25,000 oil changes, tire rotation, multi-point inspection. So all your services, you get 2-year roadside assistance. Pretty cool, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
So you just bring it here for 2 years, or any Toyota dealership, 2 years or 25,000 miles, and that's done for you. So you can use it here or on vacation, and it is no charge.
All right, times have really changed.
Times
That
have
sounds
changed.
good.
You know they have. Let's come on around over here. I just wanted to show you our sticker is right here.
Okay.
And what we get into is part of that safety I mentioned up here. This talks about the type of safety. For some reason on the RAV right now, it's not actually listed, or maybe the government hasn't had us post the new ratings.
Okay.
But Toyota is continually they're into continual improvement all the time, and they're always trying to improve their product. Well, safety is a big issue for them. This RAV4 is a relatively new body style, and as they've come out with it, they have made improvements. And some of the big improvement over the previous one in that aspect of continual improvement is these seats are made out of high-strength steel and ultra-high-strength steel. It's light, it's strong, it's stronger than regular steel. The whole seat is made of this, and the driver's seat. And if you're rear-ended, you know, you've seen people get neck trouble and things from back, arm trouble. Well, that is designed to help protect you and protect your neck and back from a rear end. From a front end collision, one thing they've added, they used to put an airbag in some models right up here in the dash.
Right, yeah.
Well, they found out that actually makes things a bit worse. They moved the airbag into the seat, and that airbag actually pops up from the seat behind your knees, and it helps you in a frontal collision to keep from sliding into that dash and to protect your knees and stuff like that.
Okay.
Also, on my phone, I have apps that can show you. Right now, we're being videoed with my phone, so I'm not going to show you that. But it has the color. We have a new color this year. It's an orange that is a very attractive color. And we have, this is black right here. Come on around. Let's see. One of the things I wanted to mention too is this particular one right here has your navigation system. This XLE doesn't come standard with navigation, but this has apps and navigation. And this year, all of the RAV4s have projection lines that tell you as you're backing up, you've got the backup camera, but your projected area that you're going to go. Okay. So you can, and you have about a foot on the outside of those lines. Okay. And so that is one nice thing that they've added. This is optional. You can get it with or without the nav. My distributor generally orders most of them with the nav on this particular model. Okay. The XLE has a sunroof. It has a luggage rack. It has the dual temperature control. Okay. The LE does not. The Limited has a power driver's seat, and it has what they call Softex. It's a simulated leather that Toyota makes. That is, we can put optional leather on this, but it does not come standard on this or the LE. Also, over here, our distributor, Gulf States, puts a lot of options. You can choose like this body side molding. You can get crossbars if you choose. There's just other features that you can add, but we can do for you on that.
And a lot more room. It's amazing how roomy that is.
You're exactly right.
Ours was very small, very contained. That's very nice.
But when you compare it with like Honda, Nissan, Ford, and Chevrolet, their Equinox, it's amazing how well this compares. I'm glad you noticed that room. That was very good. Back here, we have what they call vortex generators. We have two here, one up there at the very front by the mirror. It causes the wind to do this and come in. It reduces wind noise, and it helps. Don't we live in a windy climate?
Yes, we do.
Well, when you're passing a truck, there's a lot of wind blowing against it. It gives you better control. The engineers have told me, I was at a meeting where they told me that if you take those off this car, you'll notice a significant difference. Right back here, on the XLE as an option this year, I don't think my distributor probably orders them without this. I didn't actually check that, but they normally, I think normally they would order it with this. We can order you one without if you choose not to have it.
Okay.
But it has a power tailgate. When I reached up and touched it, it went up. Now, one of the things you can do is that you can actually adjust it. I'm going to go clear to the top right there, and then I'm going to hold that, and you're going to hear 2 beeps. That changes it where it's clear to the top. Now, if you press it, it starts down, and then you press it again, release, press and hold. It beeps twice. That's how high it's going to go. And I get some ladies that are kind of short, or men, you know, and they can adjust that up and down.
Yeah.
Compared to a Honda or the Nissan comparable model to this, the Rogue, this has more cargo storage than either one. It has right at 2 cubic feet more than the Honda with the seats all folded down. Compared to the Nissan, it's 3.5 cubic feet. Doesn't sound like much, but when you are loading something, it may make a difference, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. It makes a lot more room. That's great.
And you already mentioned about the room on the front side.
Yep.
Back here, you see how much room that
Oh,
has?
very good. Very good. Yeah.
Has a lot of good room in there. That nice, pretty stitching they're doing now. Stitching is very nice. Now, if you pull this, you take the headrest and pull it down. Then you take this, and that seat will fold down flat right there, so you've got a completely flat surface right there.
Very good.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, a lot more space. That's great.
One of the things this year, they went to a 17-inch wheel that is more shiny, more of a chrome effect.
Okay.
That's new. If you go to the Limited, you can get an optional 18-inch wheel on the Limited. Actually, no, it's an 18-inch wheel on the Limited. It's a machined wheel.
Okay.
And then on the Limited, you can get cross-traffic alert, blind spot monitors.
Okay.
I was downtown, when I was going downtown earlier, I almost plowed over a guy because I didn't look at my blind spot very well, and he honked at me, and I deserved it.
Yeah.
But you can get blind spot monitors and then cross-traffic alert on the Limited, and part of what they call a TP package.
Right on.
So that's one of those things. So why don't you just go ahead and step in here, and I'm going to go around to the other side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on right there. Close my door. And this is your automatic temperature control. So my wife gets hot and I'm cold.
Okay.
Does your wife do that?
Oh, yeah.
So you've got dual here. Right here on the screen, you can set this screen up where you can have your favorites here for we can hook your phone up to Bluetooth, and you can have your favorites right there on the screen, 4 of them.
Okay.
You can have your audio playing there. You can have navigation. Now, if you tap that navigation, it comes out to full screen.
Okay.
You can speak and put your direction in. You can hit, which we're not going to do right now, but you could do that. We're going to do that on the test drive. I can hit destination, or I can press home. It goes back here. If I wanted to go straight to my audio right there, I can do that. And I've hooked it up, so you have apps. And there's Pandora. You can do it by Bluetooth. There's iHeartRadio. There's Bing Search. There's restaurants, movie tickets, Facebook location, your AM, FM, XM, and it's all touch screen. Pretty cool,
Right.
huh?
That's really neat. Fine.
Let's just go take a test drive. I'll
All
go
right.
over the rest of this.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.